join with brothers and sisters all across this country. And if you remember back in 1968, there was a similar movement. We're doing it again 50 years later. It's a shame that we have to do this 50 years later. But this time, we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. Why? Because we are a new and unsettling force, and we are powerful. That's right, that's right.
My name is Reverend Angela Martin. I'm with the African Methodist Episcopal Church, the 2nd Episcopal District. Within our country over the last several years, we've noticed a decline in the moral narrative that goes forth in this country.
My name is Elise Bryant, and I am honored and privileged to be a part of the Poor People's Campaign here in Maryland, and specifically in Annapolis, our state capital. I was invited to join the team as a theomusicologist, a term I had not heard before, but basically means song leader, chant leader.
Are we ready? Yeah! Are we ready? Yeah! Are we ready? Yeah! You're ready.
And we met in North Carolina and learned a number of songs that have become part of this movement.
I'm Jim Hinkleman Bond, and I'm a 13-year resident here at Riderwood Village. And we have 3 people here who are going to be talking about our involvement with the Poor People's Campaign and how all folks, no matter what our age, can be involved in activism in our society.
My name is Paul Pumphrey, and I'm a 3-year resident here at Riderwood. And yes, I myself was also actively involved in the Poor People's Campaign. From about April up until July, I worked in prefab in the housing and then delivering the prefab housing to the mall for the demonstration. And I felt that the reasons for the Dr. King pointed out back in 1968 for the Poor People's Campaign holds true even through today, and that we have really done a lot of progressing towards achieving the goals that he had laid out.
My name is Ryan Bennett. My involvement in the Poor People's Campaign is very new. I actually just started getting involved this summer when I started making a documentary for Jim.
Okay. So I wanted to involve Ryan in this event because I thought that this would be a good chance for us to have multi-generational people involved in it. When the Poor People's Campaign came up again, now with Reverend Barber, and when they started the Poor People's Campaign in the modern era, I thought this was a great opportunity to connect with what they were trying to do, because they took the 3 issues of militarism and poverty and racism, and they took those issues and added the degradation of the environment, which King had not emphasized in his original 50 years ago now. What I liked particularly was the fact that their methodology was nonviolent direct action. And nonviolent direct action is exactly, that fits my values in terms of the way I want to operate.
Yes, I guess I could be kind of held guilty of helping you take that to a whole new level in your life because the first week of the national campaign this year was on the month of May 14th.
May 14th, yeah.
And they asked for volunteers for civil disobedience. And on May 13th, it was Jim's birthday, his 85th birthday, and after a discussion with me and finding out that I had chosen to participate in the civil disobedience, Jim agreed that he would too go along with me.
So there have been about 3,000 people who have been arrested in the last 6 weeks through the Poor People's Campaign to try to bring to the attention of the society what the disparities are in, like, just take income, for instance. And this is where race and wealth, poverty, and the other side of poverty, and the militarism and the degradation of the environment are involved. It's true that when all of those are put together, they create a dynamic that is just not acceptable.
So touch your neighbor and say, this is a 50,000 people teach-in plus hundred thousands online. Because if you're going to be loud, you better be right.
Yeah, I wanted to be sure that we bring in one more person who's from Riderwood here, who went with us on several of the trips down to Annapolis. Ann Weissenborn is not able to be with us today, and she protested at a different level. You know, everybody doesn't have to protest by being arrested.
Okay.
That civil disobedience is sort of the one end. And the civil disobedience being espoused by the Poor People's Campaign is not even resisting arrest, not resisting at all, but doing the arrest as a way of drawing attention to the issues. Well, Ann came along and chanted and sang and carried posters and was with us. I'm looking forward to all the ways in which the Poor People's Campaign can address these issues, and it's going to be going on as long as my life goes on.
And I like to say that it's not just Jim and myself and Ryan and Ann's role to follow the democratic process, to let our government know
But all of us.
that we need to change our direction. It's all of our responsibilities. Right. It's important that we all, as I always say, do our homework. You know, and you all here at Riderwood, you see Jim, you see myself, and maybe once in a while you may even see Ron or Ann. Ask us if you have questions. Maybe we can help answer some of those questions you may have. But in fact, ask us why we felt it was that important to take our time and our energy and even face having to go to court in August.
Right.
And maybe have to pay a fine or even go to jail. Why we feel it was that important to take that chance, because we do feel it is that important that we do this.